What up, Dodie Trey? It's your girl, Christina. And, of course, I got my co-host with me.
You know, I'm Cardi, and we actually get into it today, and we got a beautiful cast out. You know, who
wait. But before we get to our cast, I got to introduce somebody y'all all know because he be out in the streets getting all the realty. Who we got with us? We got Big Trav show in the building. Let's give a round of applause.
That's right. Thank you, Christina. Hey, check this out. Big Trav, we here at Shadow Gallery. My man Christian is to my right here. He's been nice enough to let us hang out at his spot and do the episode 6 recap, man. Everybody ready for the recap?
Yeah, episode 5 was crazy.
Joining us right now, let me just introduce everybody. We got Chris on the end right here. We got Cardi. We got Dominique. We got Christina. We got Bello, and we got my man Christian in the house, man. How's everybody doing?
Amazing.
We just
Carl was in the pocket.
Check this out.
His real hair.
His real hair.
Real hair. Oh snap!
Oh, long hair don't care.
I thought it was a wig. Then I looked. I'm like, oh damn! I looked at his roots. I'm like, this is real.
I said the same thing.
I'm trying to get like Christian with with all these curls. You know,
joining us.
Let's get it.
Look how long that
Look at the limp. That shit crazy.
Joining us right now is Prince.
Okay, period. The artist formerly known as.
The artist formerly known as Prince, man. Well, check this out. Listen, episode 6.
5.
We just I'm sorry. Was it 5? 5? I'm sorry. Episode 5. We just checked out episode 5, and this is the recap. I really enjoyed the episode, and I'm gonna pick their brains, and we're gonna talk about things that happened in episode 5. Are you guys ready?
I'm excited because we're ready for the tea.
Well, first of all, let's start out with Tommy, the Motown Throwdown. Were you guys feeling that theme?
Oh, I love Motown.
You know what? I love Aretha Franklin's house. That's my vibe. That's my vibe. House backing on a golf course, just like the kitchen with the big fireplace. I know you like. I know
Chris.
You like that stove. Yeah. I know you like that 8-burner stove, right? You got that. You got the vintage, the vintage piano, and like just the energy. And you know what? I'm so used to with real estate, people buy a house ready to flip it, right? So they don't really put their full character into the house. This, was custom for Aretha Franklin, and everybody was digging it. It was like unapologetic.
No doubt.
For me,
and I'm glad you brought that up because I seen that Chris, you was rubbing on the stove like it was a chick, man. Talk about your experience with the stove.
That stove was legendary. Like the marble, the gold, the abstract wall. I mean, the abstract art on the wall. It was super dope. Those kind of kitchens just really inspired me to create. So like when I saw it, I was like, hey, I don't play. Hey.
Okay. Now I want to talk about. Check this out. I'm old school, and listen. I know the '70s movies, and I want to talk about who everybody looked like, man. And you gave like Isaac Hayes type thing. You gave Pam Grier type vibes, and so did you. The Foxy Brown.
Yeah, I was Supremes. I was going for Diana.
I was Foxy for sure.
Listen, Marvin Gaye. You had the little.
Who was Cardi? I want to know.
Cardi was Julian Max. He was Julian Max from the Mac. He was the Mac.
I love it. You know what I really loved about the Motown was bringing out the soul, allowing like Motown magic really to happen with all of the Detroit people who are actually from here, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it really resonated. We was doing the Soul Train line. We was really getting in there.
Right.
I just want to say how episode 5 ended.
I tell you what. Listen, I was gonna get. I was gonna get to that at the end, but but we can talk about it now. We can talk about it now.
Let's get to the nitty-gritty of the episode.
Let's go right in. Now, if you guys seen the previous episode, Christina was starting to gather a relationship for kind of being a gold digger or out for the money, and towards the end of this episode, I don't want to give it away if you haven't seen it already. already, but she kind of found herself in a situation that you wouldn't want to see yourself in. Christina, how did you feel about the end of this episode?
Well, honestly, I felt like I did my best to be my most self, and I gave enough clarity, and I'm grateful that OWN allowed more context to the original snippets of, oh, she just about the money. No, it allowed me a moment to emphasize it's never about the money. I literally was in a car accident, and because I was in the car accident, I was speaking to one of my top, which was Devon at the time, and I was like, yeah, you know, my body's so sore, we just got done working this long hours, and he literally said, oh, well, where do you normally go? I promise you, there was no questions asked. And this level of consideration just happens out of your nature, you know?
Right.
So for me, he asked where I go. On the phone, he started Googling and looking up the price and everything. So when I told him, he said, okay, well, I can send you for a 90-minute massage. And I was like, oh, my God, that was impressive. That was considerate. That was so many levels of thoughtful that made me be like, okay, I don't even have to ask you for anything because you're already considering some of my needs. And when it came to the other people that I mentioned it to, I felt like it's not fair for y'all to not even have the same conversation to at least offer something. You could have offered yourself, you know, but although that was the option at the
like, why didn't none of these niggas say I might be a real hood nigga at this moment and said, girl, I massage your body.
Period. And you're right.
And nobody said,
Exactly.
girl, let me rub you down.
Exactly.
If you would have said it to me, Christina, I would have rubbed you.
And I would have let her.
So just to clear this up, you weren't unfairly edited. I mean, they painted the right picture. You wouldn't.
No, they definitely edited me.
She is.
No,
Okay.
I am a person who is very considerate. I always consider other people's feelings and always other people's needs, especially in my family. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm going to be a pillar for my family to launch. I mean, my sister doing her thing. Follow her, JM Posan. But the reality is it's very difficult to not be focused on somebody willing to take care of you when you take care of so many people.
No doubt.
I'm a single mother, so I already take care of my 2 children. I love whoever my man is. I love to take care of. I am a nurturer. I love to do the over and beyond. So before I hand that to anyone, I got to make sure they're worth it.
Now, Chris, let me ask you: was Christina was she one of your suitors?
Yeah, she was one of my...
Okay. So how did you feel about... Did you get the impression that she was coming across that way?
Well, see, that's why I think things went so left for me, because as far as I know, it was just a conversation between me and her. So when I got shocked that it happened with 2 other guys, I was like, word? Can we cuss on?
Yeah.
All right, so
Right.
Imagine I'm a very sexual dude, right?
Are you?
I can tell by the stove. By the stove.
Listen. Hey, listen. Right. But say for example, and sex is important to me, right?
As it should be.
Right, and certain things sexual are important to me, like whether it be oral, whether it be. Hold on. I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna get to that. Right. So say for example. Hold on. Listen.
Down. Let's go.
Down. I was touching. So look. So right.
Go ahead.
So say for example, being a sexual person, I have a conversation with my strongest connection, like, hey, I like X, Y, and Z, right? And she like, oh, okay, cool. And so we have that conversation, right? But then you find out later that I had that same conversation with 2 other people. It makes that conversation be like, oh, damn, you, because I thought So I thought that the conversation about the massage was just between me and her. But when it came back to me, it was like, oh, well, she asked me too. It was like, nah, I didn't get the.
All y'all.
Listen.
You should ask everybody who she dating.
But well, here's the thing.
Well, let me ask you this right quick. You seen previous seasons, right?
Sure. Yeah.
So you know that's the way they play the game.
But that's not how I roll, though.
Okay.
And I'm gonna explain why. I'm gonna explain why. Because for me, you should just know my pedigree. And it's.
Why you didn't offer to massage her yourself?
Because you didn't.
Because.
Hold on, guys. They can't hear you without the mic. Go
I'm
ahead.
gonna get to that.
I know a certain somebody on this panel panel who massaged me himself.
Oh, oh.
Bella, would you like to elaborate on that?
Hey.
Anyway, hold on. We're gonna let Chris let Chris finish.
So what it was is that I felt, and my answer was, it wasn't necessarily that I didn't even have it. I was more so like, look, we too early in this competition. Or not competition. Let me rephrase. We too early in this process. We're too early in this process.
Right.
Because the minute I do that for you, I'm gonna look crazy to any other connections that I have.
Okay.
So I just think that we should just keep rocking the way we rocking.
To be honest,
okay.
No, we are from Detroit, so it's
won't real out here.
It's real in Detroit. So let me just be fair. Detroit men are different.
Yeah, very different.
Detroit men are going to do some different things
For sure.
that other people will think is not authentic, but it is because it's what we used to.
Facts.
So sometimes, like I told my good sis Ina, my baby sister right here, I said it is a way that you say things. She thinking what every woman is thinking, and I'm gonna just be fair because she got a lot of backlash. She think what everybody is saying, but she said it improper to me.
Yeah,
and
real
I
harsh.
thought it was harsh for me, but I am a seasoned lady. A grown lady, and Ina is like a sister to me, a baby sister, because I'm
still
older
growing,
than her.
y'all.
Well, Dominique, I'm glad you grabbed the microphone because the next question is going to be for you.
And let me tell you, it's the way we say things. But because we're from Detroit, and Detroit men have been bred differently,
Absolutely.
and we have been taught differently, that we know sometimes men do. A man could say, "I want somebody to want me." But there is no want without the need. Exactly. The need comes first. If I don't need you, then I don't want you. So the need comes first. So she said it in a way that appeared harsh, and I wouldn't have said it that way. So I called her. I said it was tacky and classless, but it was to me because I wouldn't have done it. My approach would have been different. But my good sis respected my words because I am more seasoned than her and I know better. And she didn't take offense to that.
Of course not. Yeah, no, at all. And let me say this. I was raised, like, of course my mom was there, but I think I was a daddy girl, you know what I'm saying? And my brothers was like so it was very
Detroit men do different.
They do. No, let me just
and
say that.
They are great providers.
Oh, amazing.
And great
I'm
leaders.
I'm getting there.
A man from the city that I'm from is a great provider,
For sure.
a great respecter, and they lead with certain things. So we're
very kept. We're very
I want you to hear everything you want.
I was a very kept woman at a certain point in my life. So for me to lower my standard means that I'm lowering my value. You know what I'm saying? And the reality was I did not aim to ask 3 different men. I literally
you did.
But no, check this out. Initially, I didn't. I got in a car accident, and when I was speaking with Devon literally was just like, "Oh, where do you normally go?" Because I mentioned it, and he answered everything so well. I was like, "Oh my God, baby boy, you my top." But then I was like, "Well, you know what? That's not fair. It's not fair to Chris, and it's not fair to Devon. I mean, to Bello. Excuse me, Devon's on the hit mine. But it's not fair to Chris, and it's not fair to Bello to sit here and just solely be sold on Devon without giving you the opportunity to offer whatever you would have offered when I emphasized my needs. I didn't say to you, "Can you send me to the spa?" I literally said, "Oh my God, you knew I got in a car accident, and you knew I got in a car accident, and it was, like you said, a very traumatic car accident, damn near life altering almost." So the reality was, at the point where y'all knew that, everybody I didn't speak to, it was only my top 3 because at the point where it's time to weed y'all out, let me see what my number 1 is. And men do care about their money, like Devon said. He said, "No, if any random woman just asked me for a massage, I wouldn't offer it to her," which means you're only going to put your money where your interest is. It's like put your money where your mouth is.
Devon was ready to give his money. Let's just be clear. I did not speak on what Devon did for me, but what Devon did for me, he will do for others. I didn't speak on it, and you did.
But here's the thing. The reason why I spoke on it, did Tommy ask me about it? Tommy did ask me about it.
Ina,
because
Ina, can I correct? I have what I felt like, and what I said in my confession, it was nana. It was like to me it was classless, and I'm not fake, so I'm here in front of you.
Absolutely.
And I'm gonna speak my truth. Sometimes I have private conversations with people that are just that private, and things were done for me in private that I did not feel like was a point for me to platform that. So I said what I said, and I'm gonna stand on that. Divine had did great things for me too, and I was like, okay, Divine, you coming through what you're coming through, and I like that. But it wasn't a platform for me to speak on it. And when you did, it put everybody on Front Street, in my opinion. And wait. And I fuck with you. You my girl. And I really do. I really vibe. I like you in a real life. In real life. In real time. And you're not nothing fake about you. You are who you are, and I respect people who are who they are because everybody else is taken.
Yeah.
So be yourself.
At 100%.
Be who you are, and I respect that. Sometimes what we think and what we say is two different things.
Exactly, yeah.
So I'm seasoned enough to know sometimes the things that I'm thinking on my mind I can't say. And I respect you for saying it, but it's a way.
Absolutely.
And it made people feel a way. And it became a point. That's why you sitting up there with another young lady at elimination.
Exactly. Now let me say this.
So
Hold on. Let me get this damn mic. Hey, I feel some kind of way, and I can see how it can happen because they got done eating all this damn oxtail and everything.
Oh
Meanwhile, and I'm watching everything unfold. So right. So I feel some type of way, and I see how that conversation can happen because y'all are not only comfortable, but cameras is rolling. A vibe is actually happening. And I do see where you came from, Ina, and I do appreciate what you're saying, Dom, because it's not only a way of how you say things, but when to say things. How we say things is a major part of this message when it comes to being ready to love, And from us working with T and D and doing stuff like that, her personality is, y'all, larger than life, and it takes more than just an episode or two or three to really get the grasp of things. You go have some disagreements, but at the end of the day, she stand on what she said. It makes a whole lot of sense to say, hey, look, she didn't approach everybody with that, and at the end of the day, people are going to communicate their love languages. That's it.
Okay, hold on.
Let's say one last
Go
thing.
ahead.
So just to put a pin in it, because I don't think that I was able to really express it fully, and I'm not going to be long-winded. It's going to take me 15 seconds.
Okay.
Do it.
The way that I'm wired is that the girl that I pick she gonna experience me the way that nobody else had. It was too early in the process for me to have picked that person yet. My girl don't know what a Netflix bill look like. That's how I roll when I pick. I hadn't picked yet. I was dating. I had a connection with Dom. I had a connection with you. I hadn't picked who I wanted to be that way with. I wasn't gonna just do it with all my connections. I wanted to do it with the one that I was gonna go full throttle with. So, and it was too early for me to do that. So that's all it is.
Okay. Let's go to Bello, because Bello, you and Christina had an exchange. You said you had got the text late. So just elaborate on your thoughts on how she's playing the game.
Okay, the big thing for me was, I feel it was the timing. Okay, so Dom had prepared the elaborate oxtail dinner. We're at Dom's house. And when me and Ina were having a conversation, we're in Dom's kitchen while the food's already prepared. So I'm thinking, hold up. Okay, is everybody gonna pull up on this conversation? She's voicing what she's voicing, but again, she's voicing what she's voicing, but again, context. We're in Dom's house after she just cooked the meal, and she's like, so, Bello, like, you didn't respond to me, and what's up? So-and-so did this, so-and-so did that. Where you at? And like, I get it, but again, it was just the location and the timing of it that caught me off guard. And because I didn't want, and I get where she was coming from, because she's like, look, I'm trying to make my decision of who she's trying to make her decision of who she's going to prioritize in this process.
Right.
But you are
Right.
prioritized.
Right. So she's trying to make her decision of who's being prioritized.
In my ear, so I'm trying to understand.
So she's trying to understand.
You made a whole meal for this man, so he got to be in your ear just as much. But
I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna get to her next. I'm gonna get to her next. Go ahead.
You know what? And the thing is, so for me, when I look at it, I feel like it was strategic, and the reason I feel like it was strategic is because it's not what you say, it's what you do. Right? And by when you have 3 suitors, right? And at the end of the day, all the women are going to go back to Tommy's lounge and they're going to speak about their experience. When Ina comes and says, Bella took care of my massage, now it's like, because now Dom.
He did.
So now
He
Dom.
did take care of the massage.
Okay.
Let me just say
Oh wow.
You told me. So when everybody was going in on you, I feel some kind of way.
We got a segment for you. I got a segment for you. I got a segment. Okay. Go ahead and wrap up your thoughts on this situation.
All right. So going to the strategic part. Now, by me committing to doing that, now my other love interest, right? Now Dom's looking like, hold up, you ain't give me no massage, right? And she positioned herself. She positioned herself in a light where now I gotta explain. Okay, so if you did this for her, why didn't you do this for me?
Hey nigga, come on.
Oh, we got Mr. Darius Blackman in the building.
My God. Let's go. All love.
What's going on, man? This is Darius right here. Darius is kicking off the show. You know what I'm saying? Hey, y'all hating on my man Darius. Hold on. Where the camera at? Listen. Y'all hating on Darius. Y'all be hating on Darius. Darius is a real great guy.
Wait.
He's a real one?
Let's go there.
Hey, y'all hating on Darius. Okay. Darius is the real Detroitness.
Hold on. Speaking of hate, I want to set the record straight about something. I don't even know what this Beijing stuff is. Everybody's like, Darius and Bella are doing this Beijing. I'm like, what is Beijing?
Don't mess with the Beijing. Might be some other shit in the park. Go ahead and wrap it up. Yep.
So I feel like it's just context. We spent time on the phone. We established a connection where in this process everything is accelerated, right? So although it may look like it's just one episode, me and her might be on the phone for 2 hours, 3 hours back to back. I'm talking multiple days. I'm talking to Dominique, and she's trying to discern who is the most compatible suitor for her. So I get that, right? And there's nothing wrong with a lady, suggesting or asking for her love interest to perform an act of service, right? Because everybody has different love languages. Some people is gift giving, some people is acts of service. There's different love languages. So a man who has a high emotional IQ will reciprocate or will act in the love language of the woman he is courting, right? So I get that. Now, in terms of the context was off. We're at Dominique's house. She done cooked the meal, and we're in her kitchen. And Ina's like, yo, what's up, Bella?
But wait, let me give a little more context because the episode aired already. So number one, I didn't just come into the kitchen, okay? Because number one, at that episode, I was sold on Devon. And me and Bella had nothing to talk about. Bella said, I didn't know where to go. I didn't know where I fit. Like in the beginning, he was talking about, well, who am I supposed to talk to? Because me and Devon was locked in. Me and him ain't had nothing to talk about. At the point where he said he was going to do something, and you need me to remind you of what you told me. Ain't nothing to talk about. You don't like me enough. Okay. And I said that, and I said I seen that he liked Dominique, and I love that for them. And if that's the case, because it's like 10 men. If you're not the one that's prioritizing my needs and me and your word to me, then you might not be mine, and that's okay. And that's what I said, right? Because it's never a love lost, baby. It's always a love aligned. God loved me.
Why you had that face when you was looking at me when I was talking?
When?
Well, I tell you what. Let's leave it at that because I got to move on. I want to move on.
Oh, no. Let me tell you something.
Okay.
The reason why. Okay, let me just emphasize. I love her. I really do. Don't get it twisted, y'all, because them edits will spin something. But I will tell you this: for my top 3, the only reason why Bella, Devon is on my brain.
Third time I've been called Devon in my life.
Because Devon, he was considering he was my top. Okay, but anyways, Bella. Even though the only reason why I knew Devon was my top is because without even questions or anything, I just emphasized what things were that I was going through in my normal daily life, and he already was modifying his day to accommodate for me. And that sounds like a man who's preparing for a wife, right? And so for Bello, excuse me.
But Devon kept saying I'm his boo.
I know, but here's the thing: he did. He did though.
Dominique's my.
He definitely did, and let me tell you what this show showed me. No, he definitely did, Dominic, because he definitely did on everything, and this is what it showed me. Even though you feel like you locked in with somebody, don't let nobody play with you. See, because let me tell you something. Even if that's your boo, you still lost more than I would have. I lost time, baby. You lost money. The thing is, at the point where it's so many people playing these games, and I'm so intentional with my love. I don't
gotta say that again. What'd you just say? I lost time, you lost money.
Yeah, I lost some time, but baby, you lost money. Because let me tell you, it's a whole bunch of girls sitting here after 2 weeks with a wet ass and nothing else after that.
What you mean?
What I mean is the reality.
No wet ass.
I'm not talking about you. I did not say you, girl. Shush. Don't put that on you.
Okay, I think we belabored this point.
Yeah, can we wrap it? Can we wrap
Okay,
it?
I'm about to wrap it up.
Okay,
All I would
wrap
like to say is I never lead with finances. I always lead with character. Character is the most important thing for me. I walked away from a billionaire and multiple millionaires. So the reality is it's never about your finances. If you don't prioritize me and my needs, you can never be my husband. Okay. Because my husband, and I only need one of them, he got to care about me and my needs so that I feel comfortable giving my all to him. Because when you are equally yoked and you are looking for the one who's going to give you what you're willing to give, then you're compatible. If you're not willing to give me what I'm willing to give you, then that's okay. And then I say that, it's okay. Just move out the way, respectfully. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not going to waste my time. And if I waste my time, then I'm wasting your time.
Can I say something?
Yes.
Okay, so as a woman who has been married for a very long time, marriage is not my top priority anymore because I've already been married. And I was married for I was with my ex-husband for almost 21 years. Produced 3 children out of a marriage.
Beautiful children.
Beautiful children. I was thinking the same thing.
Definitely.
Beautiful.
Twins.
Beautiful. 3 girls. And my life, where I stand now as a woman who is 43 years old.
Don't even look it.
Very grown. Very seasoned. Very mature. Very seeing everything. I just want a real connection. And when I see a real connection and I feel a real connection, I'm locked in, because what everybody else is looking for and searching for, I've already had that.
Girl,
Well, I'll tell you what.
Wait.
Let's intro your topic, and you can further elaborate.
Go ahead.
Okay, now this episode also found Dominique had established a connection with Bello,
Yeah.
and Devon was coming on, and so I'm just trying to find out.
That's
So
my
I saw you, Devon.
So I'm
On
just.
national
So my
television.
question to you was, how had you planned to navigate that, and how was it going?
Navigate what?
Bello and Devon.
Well, those were 2 separate entities.
Okay.
And I'm a woman who already knows exactly what I'm looking for. So I know what I want.
Okay.
And when I feel it, I'm feeling it. And I'm never going to, I like Devon. Devon was cool. But my connections, and I know exactly what I'm looking for. And I am a woman who is whole, 100%. I'm fulfilled. I'm happy. and I am 100% whole in who I am. So what I'm looking for, I already know what it is. So when it fits right, the puzzle fits right.
Exactly.
And I'm not straggling looking for like a connection. When the connection fits for me, it fits. I'm not forcing it. And when it fits organically, it just does that. And up to now, up to this episode that you guys are on, episode what, 4?
Five.
We're on episode 5. The connection that I feel with this gentleman here is exactly what you guys see.
Okay.
It's organic, it's real. But I also have other connections. But the connection that I have, I could never lie about what connection that I have with Bello was 100% a connection. But I had 3 connections at that time. But his was the strongest.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And let me tell you something. And then I honestly identified that. That's why I was like, okay, it seems like your connection is stronger with Dominique as to why she's cooking a meal for you. And sometimes, like us women,
I would cook a meal for a homeless
whatever
person.
But no, what I mean is you specific.
I am loving.
I know.
I would cook for anybody that's real for me. But
I get that, but what I mean is, in a room with 3 different men, she specifically cooked the meal that was designated for this man. And the only reason why I'm saying this is because after seeing that you designated a meal specifically for this man, when there was 3 other men.
This man specifically told me what he liked.
Right.
The other man didn't say shit.
Okay.
So
Well,
that man said, I like oxtail, and I'm going to cook for my
Let me ask you this, Dominique.
But that's
Dominique.
what I'm saying.
All of them was my man at that time.
But that's what I'm okay. The point. No, let me just clarify.
Okay.
The point that I'm saying.
If Chris would have said he liked fried chicken, I would have cooked fried fucking chicken.
I ain't seen no sushi
I
on
love
the table.
fried chicken.
I ain't seen no sushi on the table. Is all I'm saying.
That nigga never told me he liked sushi.
Okay.
He was exempt. Because he never even told me he liked sushi, but I ain't cooking sushi for you, nigga. Because that's what's not happening.
Listen, she made it clear who her interest was in, but she did obviously have multiple interests in her. The reason why I said that was because my thing is this: I'm never chasing a man. If a man shows me that he's laying his interest somewhere and that woman is receiving it, because you were receiving it in a way that you're receiving it.
But listen, if you want something, how give me the mic.
No, not a man. I'm not chasing no man.
I'm never thirsty. I'm never chasing no man.
I didn't say that.
So listen, I'm going to be accountable. Anything that I'm requiring from a man, I'm going to do for myself.
Oh, I do
So
that,
let me be clear.
Research.
I'm not the person who's sitting at the table asking for something when I'm not producing something.
Time out.
We know that
Wait.
massages are
Y'all answered my next question.
Wait.
the level of what I asked for.
Christina, let me speak.
But you know, the massages
If this man,
Okay. All right.
I'm not asking.
My question.
because I'm not asking for anything that I can't provide for myself or
Okay.
have not provide for myself. He asked me what I normally get, so I offered what I normally get. Anybody who know me, like if you know, you know that at least $300 is the minimum of the massages that I get, or you know what I'm saying. So at the point where that was the case, I'm not telling you anything that I'm not normally getting. So it's not something that was out of the woodworks. It was literally what I already do for myself.
Dominique, did you find out during this episode that he had paid for the massage for her?
first of all, let me tell you that me and Bello had no secrets.
Facts.
So you disclosed to her what you had done.
You asked me a question.
Okay, go ahead.
Bello had already talked to me about it. And I said, okay. He says, look, I gave her the money because in turn, it looked on the episodes as if he didn't, but he did produce. And he told me first, he said, hey, I'm going to tell you firsthand what I did. And I said, oh, that's what you thought you needed to do. I didn't ask him for that because that wasn't what I required.
But I didn't ask you for that either.
But wait, let me finish.
But I didn't.
And I didn't have a problem with that because he was suiting not just me, but other women. And I'm not delusional. I will be delusional for the nigga who I fuck with. And he can tell me anything because I fuck with him. And as long as he tell me. So let me be clear.
Okay.
If you ain't delusional about me, then you don't fuck with me.
So did that make you feel some type of way about Christina?
I didn't feel no kind of way about Christina.
Okay,
Because Christina and me ain't the same girl.
Got it. Okay, all right.
So I didn't care.
Got it.
I said to Bello when he told me, because he did tell me. So I even cleared it up on the blogs when they said, oh, Bello didn't pay. I said, he did. Indeed, he did. But that wasn't my journey to tell. That was his. But he did, because he was dating me, and I was his, was I your top? Okay, I was his number one. And he proclaimed that to me. And he told me what he did for Ina. And it didn't make me feel any kind of way, because that's your money. And I don't control your money.
Got it. Okay.
And what you gonna do for me don't got nothing to do with her.
Okay.
And what you had to do for me was in private. I didn't disclose that. That was between me and him.
Okay.
This was actually something that was disclosed because Ina
Well, hold on. No, they actually they asked me.
They
to
asked
go in
her.
and speak.
They never
about this.
Okay, but listen, they never asked me.
I wasn't gonna talk to them at all because I was sitting with Devon the whole time. I'm like,
okay, but if they asked me, it wouldn't have been that was my preference to keep that to myself.
Okay.
Devon did many things for me, and I didn't disclose that.
Okay.
Because that was between me and him. That's her journey. Her journey is separate from mine. But he did include me in the journey, and he told me. So I wasn't in the dark, and I didn't feel no kind of way about it.
And I feel like that's important in a relationship is to have is to have open communication and to be authentic at all times. Because I feel like doing the whole.
The other girls did not know, but you told me.
I did.
But let me ask you this: did you or did you not emphasize your interest in me and basically let me know that I was a top interest of yours as well? So you had like 2 top interests, or we were all supposed to go for 3, right? And the reality was I did not ask. No, because the reality is if you're supposed to pick your top 3 and he's paid the money, I was clearly one of the tops. So the reality was, did I ever ask you for anything? And when I mentioned it, is the only reason why I spoke to you in the kitchen because you told me you were going to send me. And I felt like,
right?
No, but the reason why I spoke to him is because when he told me he was going to send me, I had to follow up and ask him, hey, did you want to send me in the morning? And he never responded. My thing is, if you told me something, why do I have to follow up on your word? You know, that's the follow up in the kitchen, because I wasn't going to talk to him. In my mind, it wasn't the right place. It's nothing really to say to Bella other than what we left off talking about. You know what I'm saying? Right. That's why we went straight to, because at this point, if I sit here and talk about anything, I just felt like it would have just been like a waste of time.
So from what I recall in that scene, when you came to me, you said you did not respond. So what you're saying right now is that I had already responded and I already committed.
And on the phone, we had confirmed, because you were like, hey, maybe we should go for a couple massages. I was like, dang, that would be so cool, but they already said that we can't do that.
That was after the.
You want to go on a couple massages?
Well, let's leave it at that. Let's leave it at that. Let's leave it at that. We're gonna move on. We're gonna move on. Cardi, give Cardi.
Hold on. What was the next question that you had?
That was it. We gonna leave it at that.
Yeah, not with this. I'm talking about with you were moving to another.
Oh yeah, Cardi. Cardi. I got a question for Cardi.
Yes.
Okay, Cardi. I wanted to.
What up, though?
Okay.
I know y'all fucking lied. Y'all was going on a couple massages.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. Okay. We're moving on.
Wait. You offered to go on a couple of massages?
No, we were not supposed to meet outside of the show.
This is crazy.
So this is why, number one, I didn't.
Only on the Big Trav show.
To give the massage myself.
Yeah, nobody.
Number two, why I didn't go for no couple
Big Trav exclusive.
Or offer to do a couples massage because we were supposed to meet outside of the experience.
Okay, moving on.
Moving on up.
Cardi, I wanted to ask you about Donna.
The term of how she said, the atheist word, when it kind of hits, and like I said, when you don't know, you kind of have to ask questions for yourself of figuring stuff out. But being a black man and coming from a black family, God plays a major role, in the stuff that we do, how we do it. So the idea of this person is like, well, really? I didn't really get that, but really? You know what I'm saying? So immediately it's just like, I don't really know. You know what I'm saying? But then when you get to know her, or at least at that party, everybody is kind of doing what they need to do not to get eliminated, but we had a decent discussion, at that point, you know what I'm saying? But you're really trying to figure out what's going on. And for me personally, the way it kind of landed, it's like, I didn't have enough time, you know, because I didn't even really. There's so many things that's going on where I didn't really get to talk to Ina. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of conversations that you don't see. Yeah, we didn't. We didn't. Well, there's hold on. No. I know you got a lot to say. Okay, but the reason that we didn't talk a lot is because you nipped that in the bud early on.
But that was because, let me tell you something.
No. Don't give her the mic. Don't give her the mic.
Let's stick with Donna. Let's stick with Donna. We're on Donna. We're on Donna.
But
okay.
I'm glad it's worked out as of now. Because I'm a real person.
Okay.
Like, the conversations that we have, I'm not going to say nothing behind your back. I'm going to say it to your face.
I always say everything.
You know? No, I'm not saying nothing about you, Ina.
Cardi, was Donna's position on religion, was it a deal breaker for you?
It was a deal breaker for me for some reason. You know what I'm saying? But normally I'm linked back. I'm chilling. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing whatever, you know, that I'm doing, but it was initially a deal breaker. So, but there was so much morale at the Motown party. Like, you see these ladies, you know, every time that they show up, you know, we got Foxy, we got Diana. I mean, it was such a vibe. We had just left, you know, Aretha Franklin house. And one thing I want to say on this before passing the mic, I got there early because normally I'm super late. And I had talked to the owner, and I asked him, like, what's one thing about this house that you love? And he says, there is a tub, you know, that Cooler made. It's only one of one. It's red, you know, and I was like, wow, that's amazing. And then, you know, we had the blessing of going in the house. But I encourage everybody to check that house out. You know, it's like the Motown Museum. But yeah, that was my 2 cents.
Let me say this. Hold on. Number one, I did not talk to Cardi on the show because I'm such a girl's girl. When I found my, like, girl tribe, I'm like, oh, that's your guy? That's your guy? Okay, I'm not talking to him because we only need 3.
You were talking to my guy.
But see, me and her hadn't connected at the time. You and me connected after.
Everybody's getting put on front.
Me and Ashante. No, come on. Me and Ashante. Listen, me and Ashante had connected real quick first. But listen, everybody's her guy, okay? So I couldn't put her considerations at front. But the reality was, me and Ashante had clicked, like, oh, that's my homegirl. But I hadn't, like, dived into Dominique yet. I love Dominique, freaking love her. But at the time, Ashante was the person that I was like, oh, you know, you want to find a friend in the bunch. And
how you feel now?
Let's focus. Focus. We gonna focus on the day.
Stay tuned.
It's nothing wrong with the shot, but let me tell you something. It's been some weird energy, and we gonna bring that up in just 2 seconds. Just to say this, it wasn't nothing ever wrong with Cardi. I just never got to explore Cardi because I felt like another female friend of mine actually liked Cardi, and that's why I didn't go onto her toes. Okay. However, speaking of friends, and I labeled on the show, I was like, oh, my friend, that's who I was standing up for, and then she go in the comments talking about I don't listen to strangers when strangers say things about me. I'm like, oh my God, you know me before this show. So to call me a stranger when I told you about a man calling you and then period. And then everybody else had to confirm that he called you the B word, and now you want to believe me. That part was insane.
And you haven't invited the big Trav show to come join you. So.
Oh, we got the TNT and Big Trav. So let me tell you something. What Big Trav is getting into, we get into the exclusive. And baby, we hold on to us because it's real out here.
I was going to speak. I said, hey girl, how you doing? She was like, hey.
It was real dry. And for me, it was like, it's always real out here. So I would never pretend to be like nothing other than who I am, right? And if I'm kind to you and then you show, like, I literally got into it with Benz on the show because I knew her before the show. And I said, you are calling my friend a B word.
Yo.
And then she turns around and says, this stranger, that's insane.
I'll tell you what, we're gonna wrap it up with. We're gonna wrap it up with
seriously.
Chris. During this episode, you started to establish a connection with Nicole, correct? Yeah. So how did that go?
Nicole is really cool, brilliant, beautiful. I hadn't had an opportunity to really sit down and really get to know her. And I think that I might have prejudged her and thought she was a little bit more sheltered than I initially thought. But then as the show went along and I'm hearing like, oh no, she might be a vibe. So I really wanted to talk to her more. Yeah. So yeah, we kicked it and
that she's good, like very genuine.
Yeah, no, Nicole's good people. So yeah, we were cool. Super cool.
There's a lot of good people on this show. There's literally.
Tell them about me, Bella.
Well, I tell you what, let's do this. You know what? Before we get in it, let's do this. I just want to find out. At this point in the season, where are you guys? Where were you guys at? I mean, episode 5, everything we just seen tonight. Where were you at mentally, where were you at when?
You know what? I feel for me mentally, where I was at was trying to decide whether to claim Dominique or to entertain other love interests in the experience.
Christina?
Because Christina was one of my top. And the thing is, it's very difficult because in this experience, you're supposed to go outside of the norm, right? And I'm a serial monogamist in the sense that I'm in a relationship, I'm locked in. I'm in a relationship, I'm locked in. I'm in a relationship, I'm locked in. When I'm single and savage. But when I'm pursuing, right? When I'm pursuing, I'm locked in. So in this situation, I'm trying to navigate outside of my comfort zone. So I'm locked in on Dominique, but I'm like, hey, this is what I always do. So I need to be open to other possibilities. So now at episode 5, I'm trying to figure out, am I supposed to lock in and proclaim exclusivity, or am I supposed to continue to peruse what else is out there, right?
Okay, that works.
And I gotta be honest with you, and it's very difficult because like Ina's really dope, and when I say she's really dope, she's very family oriented. And she's very family oriented. She's a shameless promoter of her family and what's going on with her family, and that's something I love, right? And championing their interests. Like we're in this experience right now, and the first thing she does is she plugs her sister, right? Yes. And when I got to talk about her, she was talking about her dad. She's talking about what her sister's doing and so on, right? And I know that if anybody deals with Ina and they have something going on, Ina is going to promote what you're doing. Right. And that's just love. And that's what I love about her, right?
And I actually can chime in on that because I attended her sister's event the other day, and you really was really supportive. And that was impressive. Because I heard and seen everything that everybody was saying in the blogs about you. And as I seen you get ready for that event, I said, that ain't her. Yeah. This is really a good girl.
You need to see all of the perspective of everything that she's doing, not just that clip.
And with that,
amazing that she is.
And with that being said, where were you at? We've seen how this episode ended. So where were you at mentally at the end of this at this point in this episode?
So for me, I just was. Number one, I was really grateful to even be on the show and really to meet all these amazing people because, like, honestly, these are like family friends at this point. You know what I'm saying? And even if, you don't find your person or you do find your person, the journey is the best part. And that's how I've been with my music and with my life. And so for me, at Motown at that moment, I just wanted clarity as to why I went with Vince, and I wanted to emphasize, like, hey, maybe you're not this guy who's just calling girls random B words because it's just like lazily used, or God bless you. Or maybe I have a wrong perception of you as to why I gave him the floor. But at the point where he was like trying to tell me who I was based off of what he heard, and you want me to understand that you're not this person based off of what I heard, I think that was very, like, hypocritical. And for me, at that point, it was like, dang, I focused so much on the two connections that I had. Like, even though Chris and I had a great connection, sniff them all day, free smells. You know what I'm saying? I'm so serious. Vanilla base. It's a vanilla base because I got the regiment.
You know what? While you got the mic, let me ask, why did they do the elimination? Why they didn't do the date? Why did they let Devon do it? Why did they do it that way instead of the date?
It was a surprise elimination.
Okay, and let me tell you something.
And we don't know who was eliminated.
Okay, exactly.
Right.
But what I will tell you is, they like the drama and they like the tea.
I just wondered why they done it differently. I just wondered why they done it differently.
Because I don't think they've ever had an elimination round where they don't eliminate someone.
Right.
They like, y'all on the cliff, hang there till next week. But again, back to where I was in Motown, I really was like struggling a little bit on the two. But after we had our conversation in Dominique's house, which I definitely didn't think was appropriate at the time, because I'm like, she just cooked this meal But this is clearly her top. This is my homegirl. She ain't been nothing but nice to me. And it's hard for me to step on another woman's toes. You know what I'm saying? So that's why when we had the conversation, it was like, all right, well, I'm not your top. That's fine. I literally was okay with you not picking me, wasn't I? Because I was okay with Devon being my top. And then I heard he was like, that's my boo. I'm like, oh my God, you niggas. You niggas don't know what you want. Y'all whispering in everybody's ear, being a little Sandman, okay?
Okay. Well, before you start, beautiful home. I just wanted to let you know you had a beautiful home.
Thank you.
And her food was amazing.
Okay, where were you at this point, episode 5? Where were you at mentally?
Episode 5 or 4?
Or 4? 5. The one we just watched. Where were you at?
So mentally, I had already had 3 connections. I had my top 3 people, which were all pretty amazing to me. But I was locked in on what I was locked in on. So for me, I was given my chance to explore love, a free chance. Like, it was a chessboard for me, and I was the queen. And the queen is the most valuable player on the chessboard, and that was me. So I don't know what to tell you. I felt like I was looking at it from a bird's eye view, and I had to see all potential players because I am holy, I'm healed, and I'm free. And I was seeing what I wanted that was connecting to me was going to come to me. And it was for me. All the people was given different experiences, and for me, I was like, okay, I know what I want. I'm not a woman, I'm very seasoned, so I know exactly what I want. And when it was portrayed to me, I was like, oh, I was a magnet to what I wanted. So the person who I wanted the most was gonna be magnetic to me, and they were, and that was clear to me. Okay. So for me, I was like, oh, okay. I wasn't in control of that.
She was right where she wanted to be.
I was where I wanted to be.
But you know what? You give off that.
And I was playing chess, not fucking checkers.
That's what I wanted.
But you know what?
Let me speak.
Okay.
So the game of life for me is chess, not checkers.
Got it.
Checkers is fun, is easy.
And that goes with the point I was about to make. You come off.
Chess is harder.
You got a vibe
the vibe was real for me, and I was connecting with my vibe. My vibe was gonna just magnet who I was, and I was magneted to the vibe. And whoever was gonna pull me closer and pull me, it was magnetic. It was nothing that I was like, oh, I wasn't playing with nobody because I don't got time to play games. I'm grown as fuck.
That's what I was about to say. You give off, I get what I want vibes.
I do. I get what I deserve. I get what I want. And what I want wants me back.
Right.
I'm not wanting shit that don't want me.
Exactly.
Right.
So for me, it was, to me, everybody can play RTL. This is what we're going to call it, RTL Detroit. RTL for me was, I wasn't looking for, it's organic for me. I wasn't looking to be known. I wasn't looking to be famous. I'm really looking for love. I've had everything. So to get what I want and sincerely get what I want is real for me. So it wasn't a game for me. I've been married. I had wealth. I had all of these things that people think that is Instagram famous or Instagram love. I wanted what really resonated in my spirit.
You did. You gave off grown ass woman vibes.
So for me to resonate to my spirit was like, okay, you might be looking for this, but I'm not playing with you. Right. And I'm not here for games. So what I came for was really to make a connection. So I was vetting men on a connection, not on what you could do for me. It was how you could make me feel.
Right. And I think you got that across so far to this point. So, okay, Cardi, where were you at? Thank you, Dominique.
Oh, yeah.
Where were you at mentally in this process that we watched tonight?
Kind of like, I mean, I agree so much with Dom, and saying that, it's chess, not checkers. And there was, I whispered like some sweet nothings in her ear. And she said, that's game. And I said, no, that's gospel. Yeah. Because really during this time,
He was so funny.
You're able to really connect, and like people now are starting to understand you for who you are. you know, and you may not vibe with everybody, you know, and it's just being yourself. And I think as we all kind of really got to understand which one another was, you know, who one another is, it's like, that was sexy. That was dope. You know, you start to want more of those connections and more of those particular vibes, but we're recording so much throughout the day, but we don't really have that much time with one another, you know, and you can make the best of that particular time, but this is our first time actually seeing what everybody vibe is and what's going on. Normally, when I'm dating or when I'm talking, it's just me and whoever I'm talking to. You know, I'm not saying the same type of things to everybody. And gonna be like, well, Cardi told me this and told me this. It's like, no, it's gonna be like, he asked me these weird ass questions, but they're gonna make sense based off of who I'm talking to. Right. You know, some people could be like, well, why would he ask that? And then, you know, Dom could be like, well, that was thoughtful, you know? And it really just depends on who you are. And for me, I'm a thinker. I like to think. You know, some stuff can be spur of the moment, okay, cool, but I love to be able to think about stuff, ask certain questions, and be able to get to the bottom of things. So where I was, I think it's important for everybody to understand that there are people who technically, you know, got eliminated, and there's other connections and stuff, but this is a fast process to where you have to be ready for yourself for love. You know, you have to be ready for controversy if it comes with that, you know, ups and downs. And, you know, I really feel that this episode, we really got to see our connections maybe bound with other connections. It's like, well, how you feel about that? You know, you go crash out, you know, or you know, you go reaffirm your position. But we all were fly. We all were like, it's crazy because it took me back. You know, I feel it's something that we've all been at, and naturally, you always go see people that's go hit the Soul Train line. That happened naturally. We all hustled. We all had fun. And we established these real connections that are really for a lifetime. So it's like, by pursuing love and by pursuing, you know, being authentic, you know, that's what brought us here today. Okay. You know, if you're not real, you're not here. But yeah, we got to wrap it up. So.
Okay, sounds good. Hey, thank you. Go ahead, Chris. Where were you at in this episode? Where were you at mentally?
Mentally, two-part. In regards to my connection with Christina, I was kind of like, damn, like, you know, I didn't know that situation had happened with the other people. So, and Bello can tell you, like, it was always, for him, it was Dom and his number one, Christina his number two. For me, it was always Christina and my number one, Dom and my number two. So, like, it was always a situation to where the connection was always there. But when I had found out about what happened with the other dudes, it was sort of like, oh, okay, well, don't play with that. I knew my connection was with Christina. You know what I'm saying?
I was like, y'all deserve it.
So when that happened,
listen, I love, and I always, my bad.
No, you good. So real quick. So when I saw that happened, I was sort of like, all right, well, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I ain't tripping. So I went into it like, okay, well, let me open up, which is the conversations with Nicole and there, because I'm like, okay, well, let me open up to actually trying to build a connection with other women, because maybe my connection isn't as strong as I thought it was with Christina. Mm-hmm. But we still had a great time. We still kicked it. We still danced. We had an amazing time. And yeah, you know, it was a great experience. And I think at this point, it really just allowed me to just kind of go, okay, well, let's open this thing up and really see if there's any other connections out there. That's where I was at mentally.
Okay. Well, we're gonna leave it at that. Or do you got something else to add?
I do want to say this last thing.
Okay.
You know,
Okay. Go ahead.
No, we got me on there. The only thing I would like to say is, it was never about the money. It was never about the money. It was always giving everyone else, my other two, a fair chance, because the number one had
you
game.
lying. You was about that money.
No,
Christina wasn't playing about that
money. No.
And you ain't got no money to get the money.
She lied. No, in real life.
Christina said, if you ain't got no money, back up.
That is not true, y'all. In real life, she want me to be like that, but no, in real life, it's never about the money. It's always about character. I literally, I at one point, I used to not date no men with money because I felt like y'all were wanting a lifestyle that was incompatible with my morals. And the reality is, I have such a level of standard now on my husband that everybody is not him. And there's so many people in the world, and at the point where you only get one, I'm going to make sure he's considerate. I'm going to make sure that he is creating, like, he's even thoughtful of provisions. Like, I for a single mother to date without considering a man's level of security for her and her children is irresponsible. And at the point where you don't understand that, I think that you're falling into feelings, but don't let them feelings mess up your future, because here's the thing. Like, it's a lot of girls like laying down in the first 2 weeks because of feelings. Baby, I'm not moved off of feelings. I'm moved off of compatibility. I moved off of purpose. I moved off of how much you love God. Because if you love God more than you love me, baby, you're going to do right by me. And so for me, the biggest thing is always character. My daddy loved me. I ain't worried about no nigga. My babies are boys. That means I have unconditional love. I'm not worried about no man unless he's the right one. Because you now have to be an example to my sons. You now have to be a husband to me. And I'm a queen. God has chosen me just like he's chosen you as to why we have high standards on our husbands to be great. Because we're great. Without a man, Dominic's already getting ready to run her own boutique and is a top stylist. Without a husband, I'm already known around the world, baby. I perform, open up for Big Sean, open up for Rick Ross, open up for the Pistons, at the point where I own my own boutique. You know, the Proverbs woman got a fabrics and selling fabrics in the streets, teak boot. So the thing is, I can't allow just any old man in my world. And for y'all who are mad that I have standards, y'all better check y'all.
Got it. And you know what?
I want to say, and that,
Mic dropped. Period.
That wasn't my drop.
Go ahead.
I want to say one
the
thing
last
in
word
closing.
right here.
Yeah, I want to say one thing in closing. I love that. Profit is not a bad word. Providing, making money, and doing that for the woman that you want is pivotal and really important. So, ladies, by knowing what you want and knowing your worth, that's pivotal. You know, so any and everybody, make sure that you love yourself and you go after what you want and you don't compromise.
And
with that being said,
you can't have a wife you can't afford. Ooh. Because I think that's in the Bible, right? You can't have you can't have more wives than you can afford. Come on now, stop.
Let's get it.
A man should have whatever he want and can afford.
Absolutely.
Mic drop.
Okay, well, check this out, guys. We're gonna leave it at that. I want to thank the cast of Ready to Love Detroit for joining me. Chris, Cardi, Dominique, Christina, and Bello. Until next week. Big Trav from the Big Trav Show, Shadow Gallery. Let's go, man.
See you today. Make sure y'all tune in next week.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Big Trav. We appreciate you. God bless y'all. Bye for now.